make it today. So, but you might have seen in the Slack we're finished up the north kitchen, which is great. And I think there might be one or two units there that need to have some detail work done on them, but it's basically done. And now where we're at is we've got there's a whole bunch of smaller projects from the main house restoration that need to get done. And originally I was going to have the interns work on that, but since we don't have interns this year, I'm gonna have you all do it. So I designed I modified the north kitchen map so it'll allow you all to do this, I think, pretty seamlessly, because in a lot of these project areas, there's different there's multiple units that span over multiple years. And so sometimes there are cards and other times there are the stratum sheets. Hey, Webster. So the labeling for that is all the same. The relabeling process is basically the same. For the years before 2007, it's a lot, there's a lot less variety. You have the cards and the photos and the plan views and the profiles. But for after 2007, you start getting into some of the unit summary forms and the feature forms. So what did you all have a chance to look at the utilities layer? Most of y'all did. Many of y'all have been relabeling those, and it's all done pretty much. So I'll go ahead and share screens, and then we can get into. Let's see. I'm going to go to the Google Drive and put in North Kitchen. And actually, I'm going to put you all up on the other screen so I can still see you all. So how do you all usually get to the Google Drive?
Whatever I have bookmarked.
Whatever you bookmarked?
Just go through the guide.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I go through the
click on it,
digitization guide.
Through the
Go to the
digitization
guide
guide.
and then click on it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna so you all know Terry is gonna have some of his students down at Wake Forest doing the relabel and digitizing of the field quarter. And so they're going to be starting that this semester. And so I had removed all the project names from the digitizing guide. And I was trying to think of a way to, we use Slack, but I was trying to think of a way as a place to have a list of all the projects. And what I might just do is put for MAAP volunteers, here are your projects, put that in the relabel guide and the digitizing guide so you know where to go. I'll go ahead and put that back in this afternoon right after this call.
Yeah, anything that makes it more direct and easier to get to. Sure.
Yeah. And the only thing about the digitizing guide is there's two different digitizing guides. There's one that is for the let me see, make this into a list. There's the digitizing guide that's for the units from 2007 to 2009. And then there's the digitizing guide for the units from 2002 to 2006. And these are different because from 2002 to 2006, we're using the stratum card. But then from 2007 to 2009, we were using this sheet right here, this stratum sheet. And after 2009, that changes to a slightly different sheet, and we're not there to that project yet. So, but does this make sense, you all?
I didn't catch what sheet you were just referring to.
Yeah, are you showing it, Matt? We don't see anything. The sheet.
Okay. What do you on my share screen? Do you all see the guide for digitizing and transcribing unit strata?
No, you're not.
We don't see it.
We don't see anything. We don't see anything.
Oh, let me try to share screen again.
But is this the 2002 to 2006 digitizing guide? Didn't we use that before? Like way back, we were doing those units,
Yeah.
I thought.
And hold on, let me make sure I'm sharing screens correctly.
Yeah,
This is, yeah,
This is, what do you all see
it's
in your
the
share?
Google sheet. We were seeing the Google sheet, not the,
Yeah, we were seeing a spreadsheet. Now we're just seeing
us.
the,
We're just
No,
seeing
no.
our pictures. At least that's what
Yeah.
I see.
Oh, okay, what is going on? Let me,
There's probably an
So,
update of Zoom or
stop
something.
share. Let's see, share screen. Oh, I see, I shared the wrong screen. I'm sorry, you all. Now can you see the guide?
oh,
yes.
yeah.
Yay.
Okay.
Now we
Yeah.
got it.
We're all on
Okay.
the same page. So yeah, there are two digitizing guides. There's one for digitizing the unit sheets, like for the North Kitchen,
mhm.
and that's this one. And this has these. This is the unit sheet, and then the list of all the fields on how to enter them. And
Right.
then there's the older one for the Stratum card. Like this is from the front yard that you all did, and also the bunker.
Yeah.
So those are the two different guides. And when you go into what we're working on now, which is the utility units, 8A utility units, there are some of these units, like when you go into 1084 and you go to the card, it's a card.
Mhm.
It's not the sheet. But then when you go to like 12878, this one, this is, that's a card as well. Let me try to go up a little bit further along. 1287. And I'm going to make myself into a liar. Let's see if these are all cards or not.
Yeah, I didn't see anything that wasn't a card.
Oh yeah, these all are cards. Let me see
There
right-
was one, that one wasn't.
This one?
1331. I
Yeah.
think that's the new format.
This is the new format. Yeah, this is the actual sheet.
Okay.
So, and then like the area we're going to go to after you all digitize all these, for example, is going to be, we're going to go to the north portico. And I need to get these organized. I'm pretty sure 1270. Let me see if these are sheets. No, these are cards as well. Maybe it's the south portico has the sheets and the cards together. Yeah, these are the earlier cards. And then 1302. Yeah, these are the sheets right here. So what I've done is when you go to the North Kitchen, what I'm going to relabel this map, this digitizing map right now. It's called North Kitchen Digitizing Strata Map. When you go to it now and you look at when you turn on the layers, what you'll see is there's OR249 stratum form cards, and then there's OR249 sheets. And so these all refer to one, to the layer of where you all have been entering in all your the stratum information. So if I click on any of these, like North Kitchen, the DuPont Kitchen, MT 1537G. But if you're doing a card, what you'll want to do is turn off the sheet layer, turn on the card layer. And then what this does is when you go to, like if we're going to put in, let's see, under the utility units, one of these, like we'll look for 1084. So we'll look for 1084. So do the search for 1084. And there it is right there. So this is the unit layer 1084. And what we want to do is go in and let's go to tools again. Search directions, location. Ah. Oh, there it is. Edit right there. Did that change? Oh, usually it was under.
No, it didn't change.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. I'm just losing my mind. So since this one is a 1084 is these cards that are right here, like the cards, the layer we're going to want to use to enter that is the cards layer. And by turning off the sheets layer, it's no longer an option. Like if I turn on sheets, then you could do it this way too. It just, I think it'd be less confusing. Here's the one for sheets and here's the one for cards. You're going to want to choose the one for cards, because when you click on that and you draw in, say, one of your layers, what you're going to get is all of the fields are going to match the guide for the card guide. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes
It's
sense.
a little convoluted. I can't really.
But
see.
show again how to make that selection, would you?
Yeah.
Okay,
Discard.
So you
edit.
go into, you click on layers first, right?
Yeah,
click
you
on
can do it.
layers.
It brings
There's-
up this list of layers, and then you have to turn off the unit layer, the unit ones, and turn on the.
Dean, you could do it one or two ways. You could have,
Uh-huh.
what I like to do is if we're working off of cards, I'll turn the sheet one off. And then all you have is
Okay.
cards. And then when you
Oh,
go,
I see. Yeah.
when you
okay.
go over here,
okay.
the only option is cards. If you turn both on, then both options.
Then you have to choose every time.
you
Okay,
have to
so
choose every time.
it's
Yeah.
better to turn it off and stay, yeah,
Right,
in one
yeah.
choice. Okay,
And I think if you accidentally enter a card in the sheet, it's not going to be a problem. But what you'll discover is when you start entering the data,
you're going to
The form-
notice it.
the
Yeah,
form isn't going to be right.
you're going to see that it's the other way. Yeah,
Yeah. It's like 90% of the form is a-okay, but there are some fields that just aren't going to be there, and it's going to create a problem. So
right.
and
Okay.
if you ever do that and you start data entering, like if we like entered 1084 under sheets, and we selected sheets, and I started doing, entered in layer 0, do a really bad job drawing layer 0, and put in 1084 stratum O, and started putting all this in. And then this is I need to put in mansion utilities as the project area. I don't have the project area in here yet. But once I go down to here, what I'll see is, for example, all the way down here, all the fines
Signs don't match up.
they don't match up. These are all the counts, but on the card, all the fines is like a listing of the artifacts. So there's no counts like there is when you're in, let's go to 1311 or
That's why you made a different layer, right?
That's why I made a different layer. Yeah.
Because,
yeah.
So it'll match up.
Yeah.
And if you do make that mistake and then attempt to back out of it, is what you already entered going to disappear in the never land, or do you have to go back and somehow erase it out?
No, that's the cool thing is like on this one, I'll hit create.
Yeah.
And what I can do is right now, I'm going to turn sheets off. Everything disappears. When I
Yeah.
turn cards on,
Uh-huh.
now that's bizarre. It should still be there. Under sheets, because it's all the same feature class. Huh, it actually did disappear, which is.
It did?
Yeah, that
Okay.
should not be the case. Let me try to refresh the map.
That's okay. Better that
I'm
than to
just-
have
I'm
two
curious for,
things.
yeah,
Okay,
no, it's there right now.
okay,
Let me turn off. Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
For some reason, you
Okay.
have to refresh the map, but it's still there. So now what I can do is, since that's a card, we can go in to edit, and let's just select it,
okay.
and we'll have to see there. This is the I turned the all the reports on for these. So when you click on a unit, you'll see, you know, where the report is. So when you click on this one, you can see this one is the unit summary for the unit shed for this 1084. But let's click to, yeah, here it is right here. Yeah, 1084.0. And now when we go to edit, this is going to be in the card layer. And now when you go down to artifacts, artifact notes is all you got. So it's as it is with the card.
Okay,
So
So no matter where you, so you're always going to turn, if you're going to be digitizing a card, you're always going to turn cards on and sheets off, regardless of where the unit is, right?
regardless of where the unit is, yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
In other words, it doesn't that all cards anywhere on the site are treated this way.
okay.
All
From
cards,
now
all
on,
Is that
across the
right?
site. Actually, all across the property.
okay,
Yeah, all
Yeah.
across the property.
all right.
This way.
It's the new
Yeah.
normal. Okay,
Okay.
It's the new normal, exactly.
all
It's
right.
not just for utilities, the utilities units.
Okay.
This is for
This
all
is
units,
for,
including the one I'm working on in the North Kitchen.
including the one in the North Kitchen. Yeah, yeah. And even though, like for the North Kitchen, you're working from sheets, if you turn off the sheets layer and put on the card layer, it'll, like, if I turn off the sheets and turn on the cards, all the data you all have done is still there. It's just, you know, it's the same layer, just a different form.
But I'll be able to see everything I've done before, right?
You'll be able to
Because
see
I was
everything you've done
using-
before.
I was using the sheets one, of course, because you hadn't created this one yet. But now I'm still working on the same unit because it's got so many strata in it.
Yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah.
but so this isn't gonna change anything that I did before.
It won't change anything you did before. no.
Okay, so I'm just
Ah.
gonna continue along, but I'm gonna switch over to cards rather than sheets when I do the work.
Yeah.
Okay,
And to this map, I added this thing. I thought you all would enjoy this. And I need to update this for all the projects. This is, I've got the archaeology projects view, and it shows what's been digitized, what is the analysis that's complete,
Oh,
scanned,
that's
relabeled.
great.
yeah, that's cool.
So you can see, like,
Beautiful.
for the front yard, that's all been digitized, and I need to finish the analysis. Like the cellar spaces are complete. And actually this one, I need to recategorize this one to that number 4. With GIS, is the problem with not being accurate. These two are the same, but since this one doesn't have a 4, it creates a different category. I just need to change that. But so the bunker is all digitized, the colonnades all digitized, the North Kitchen, I went ahead and put that one as all digitized. And then the areas we're heading next is the come on. Why isn't this coming up? Oh, I'm an editor, that's why. Yeah, for the north portico, that's right there. And then the south portico, this one actually has a report there. And I think, yeah, I need to fix this. When you click on the image, it'll bring you to the report. I just need to fix that because I have the wrong field in there. But for the utilities, these guys, like, which one were we looking at? It was,
Where are the utilities on here?
they're all over the place.
They're all
That-
over the place.
That one is just, it's a scatter shot everywhere. And I thought DJ a long time ago had made a layer for that one, but he hadn't. So I think what he did is each one of these has its own unit summary. So to find these, what you need to do, like if we go back to utilities and we're looking for unit 1274, we'll just do a go to map tools and do a search and put in 1274, and it brings you up here. And then this one is yeah, Pine Lay telephone box. So, and that line right there is the telephone line, and they put in a telephone box there during the restoration. So that's why you'll see a theme with your utilities. It's water lines, it's telephone lines, it's all these different lines that we had out there, a sewage line, woohoo. So all different kinds. So you all will now know where all the utilities are at the main house. So that's where you'll just have to do a search. Yeah, Webster.
I was just gonna say, can you pan out to see where it is relative to the whole area? Just if
Yeah,
you
no, we
just
can
pan.
zoom out, like it's within that.
Oh, I see.
utility
Okay.
Is within the Pine Lay. That's why when I clicked on this dotted outline is the project area.
Hmm,
It's within the north yard, but it's the telephone box.
yeah, see it. Got it.
So yeah, no, you just have to, like this one, 1286, I think. Where's the there's one for the sewage line. Yeah, these right here. These guys are no, that's Willowgate. I got way the heck on now. Let's see the maybe it's 1286. Let me see. I can't remember. There was one that was the sewage line that was somewhere out here. But you all will encounter it when you start doing the searches for it. So, but do you all use that search key under map tools search?
Yep.
Yeah, that's very, very handy. So, and Beth, hopefully the cat doesn't walk across your keyboard while you're doing
Did you?
I know.
So will this, if, you know, when you switch over to, to cards from sheets, will it stay that way, or does it default back to the sheets each time when after you log off, do you know?
I think
That's
how
a
it's
good question.
saved is.
I mean, we'll find out soon enough, but.
You will.
Yeah.
I think right now it defaults to sheets.
Hmm.
So you just need to.
So you
turn
have
sheets
to
off.
you have to just be careful to make this adjustment
Yeah.
each time,
Yeah, and that's through layers.
or at
That's
least
the
check
easiest way to do
sure
it.
it's in the right one.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, but that's that's what's new in the project areas. And what we're gonna do is after you all finish the utilities 8A, I'm gonna have you all switch to and I'll put this in the in both guides. I'm gonna have you all switch to South Portico and then North Portico. And then the other area I was gonna have you all work on is up here, which it's an odd project name. It's the bathroom area. Because this is where we were gonna install, build a new bathroom for when we were restoring the main house, but then we ran out of money. So, and eventually what we did is we put in the kennels over here, which is off this map. And just so you know, I put a white background on this because it allows you to zoom in further. Like if you'll notice, you can change the base map if you want, but see how close we are right here with like the size of these units right here. If I put up imagery, it only allows you to zoom in to right there. I don't know why. And Terry made this discovery that when I reset this, and now it's a blank map, you can zoom way in, much further in. So that's why I made it a blank map. For whatever reason, if you have any kind of imagery like the USGS as a background or the aerials, it restricts how far you can zoom in. So that's why I get rid of all the background. Plus, it's kind of nice just to have a white background when you're doing this. Otherwise, things can kind of disappear. But anyways, the bathroom area is the one we'll do after the portico. And these are all pretty much all these are sheets, except for the units that are in the 400s. These two units we opened up in 2002 when we first started the main house restoration. So this is why I'm putting in the two different forms in the in this map, is because we're going to be going to project areas that have different units from different years, and I figured this is the easiest way. And yeah, here's 1278. This is one of these utilities, North Yard Junction box for 8A. So oh yeah, and then Dolly's Midden, I need to put that one as digitized because that one is all digitized. So if we go to not bookmarks, go to legend. Yeah, that one's just scanned, but it's the Dolly's Midden is actually relabeled and digitized. So, but yeah, and what I'm going to do is for those that are scanned, I don't have the bathroom project in Google Drive yet, so that's why it's an other. Once I get it into the Google Drive, it will be green because it'll be scanned and then in the Google Drive, and that's why the north portico and the south portico are green. So whatever's in green, that's going to be the upcoming project, but I'll list these in the relabeling and in the digitizing guides as well, where everything is.
So if you're still working on the north kitchen, and then the next is going to be the utility 8A, so how would we go ahead and discern which actual file we should work on? I mean, would it be the same way with people putting their initials associated with that particular file?
Yeah, I mean, when you go to let's say if we and Webster, I'll put this in the guide as well. I'm going to put a section for MAAP team volunteers. I'll put where we're at.
Okay.
But for example, if you go to the north kitchen right now, let's see, that's number 15, and you'll see that pretty much, everything is digitized except for these three. Dean, you've got 1477.
Yeah, it's going to take me a while to finish that too.
I got one. I
Oh,
got to
Peggy,
get
you're
back.
naughty. That's June.
I know. I told
21st.
everybody my dad died July 1st. And since then, I just got home a week ago. I've been everywhere except sitting here in front of my computer. So now I'm back to it.
Woohoo! Well, welcome back,
I promise.
Peggy. So, and then
it's a long story. I had so many family things to do, and it's not all done yet, but I'll get back to this anyway.
and this one is yours, right, Webster?
Yeah, and a question there. So it says last modified July 25th. I was there yesterday. So why does it say July?
Oh,
yeah, I think it's the first time you go into it. It's when you relabel it. That's when that's what it labels it as. So like Dean is also July 25th on this one. So but once you all finish these, then what you can do is go to the
utilities.
Utility units.
Okay.
And then I went ahead, a couple of you all have been doing the relabeling on that, and I answered all the questions and took everything that was in problems and moved into this one, and now it's ready to be digitized. So look, Beth and Kathy, you all don't have anything, and Jasmine, outstanding in North Kitchen.
No, because I checked. No, I don't have anything there.
Yeah, so you can start.
I was finished.
We'll start working there. Yeah.
And I've got the utility purviances. This table has all these in there. So you all can, I need to.
We have to put the digitized things in.
Yep, you're absolutely right. I'm going to do that right now. Insert columns left. So digitize initials, digitize notes. There we go. So And yeah, all these have been, yeah, checked
So
in.
all that's the utilities right there.
That's all the utilities. And I can't
That is
tell you
about-
all how much I appreciate you all
Wow.
being so consistent, like with entering everything into the Google sheet. And, you know, it's wonderful. I want to express my admiration for all of you all, because having all this, like a systematic way of doing it, and, you know, labeling what folder you're on, it makes it so easy to understand like where you all are at with the project. So this is couldn't we do not have to hire a project manager, a high level project manager with you all. So it can be me, and y'all are just doing this on your own, which is great. So thank you all so much. But I mean, it makes it seem like the system does seem to work well, and we've had enough iterations on this where we've kind of cleaned up getting rid of all the kinks and all this. So. But, and of course, with all this, if you all see something that is painful or doesn't work, obviously let me know. And you always do. You all do, which is great. So that's the whole purpose of Slack.
You
So
know, the last time I asked a question like that, the whole system blew up. So
Oh,
I
no.
and Jasmine, how are you doing? Are you able to follow along with this?
Yes, and I'm sorry, guys. I'm actually also at work, so I'm kind of
Oh,
multitasking.
no, okay. I don't want to get you in trouble. We can talk later then, Jasmine. No problem.
Okay.
I figured there must have been something up. So we'll pretend like you're not there so we don't get you in trouble.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all I've got with you for you all. I'm really excited that we're able to get into some of these smaller projects, because I really want, I would love to get, you know, all of these, all these little areas I can hear. There's like in this area, these are all units from that we excavated in the DuPont addition that need to be put in there. There's units, there are just some odd units around here. All of these in here, I put these into the south portico, but these in here need to be done. So it'd be really nice to do a cleanup on all these little guys that are through here. Like these two northeast yard well. Yeah, these are 1085 and 1086. Yeah, that's all part of the utilities. This one for the well, that was for when we did the geothermal wells, we put units in before they before they drilled those wells for that area. It technically should be part of the bunker, but it was just a little bit later in time, like these 800 numbers, and then the 1085s. I think that's from the spring of 2006, right there. So, but yeah, once all these are done, I'm contemplating, you know, whether to have us move into the either to or 333 to the field, to the tobacco barn quarter, or to do the southwest yard in this area right in here. I haven't quite figured out what to do. I want to see how fast Terry's students work on the field quarter, and then base it on that. So, but yeah, so I'll stop sharing screens here. But yeah, take a look at the North Kitchen map and then let me know if you have any questions about this. So,
Is there a digitizing guide for this?
yeah, the digitizing guide for this,
Is it out there?
it's two different guides. So I'll share screens again.
where are they located and all that?
They
I mean,
are
one of them I've been using, I guess, but you know. They're
under if you go to I've been putting these as links in the folders, but they're in the base folder, IMLS restoration. And this one, let me relabel this one.
It's really useful to have them in there as links in the folders, though.
Oh, so it's nice to have them as links in the folders?
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
then you
much
don't have to
better.
Okay, all right.
Keep
I will
bouncing
go
it
ahead and
for 'em.
I'll put them in there then.
Yeah, please do that. When you get a chance.
I will, let me just make a list of things to do. And because I need to add in what I'm gonna do is add the project areas to all 3 guides.
Mhm.
And then Beth, what you're asking about is for the digitizing guide.
Yes,
I will put them in each of the folders, the link to them, but there's 2 digitizing guides. There's one for the cards. And so this one is the one that has the card example and all the fields there. And then there's another one for the sheets right here that has the this version of the sheet right here. It was used up until 2009. So Strata sheets. And then guide for entering unit strata. We re-enabled this, rename this. Guide for digitizing. Digitizing and transcribing. Yeah, that way these are consistent and they're right beside.
Good.
Cool. So yeah, and I'll put the shortcuts to guides. In all folders. Awesome.
So these cards evolved into sheets. Is that what happened?
Yeah, well, they did you say
Over
devolve?
time?
Did you say devolve or evolve?
I said evolve.
You said evolve. I thought you said devolve, Dean. It's like, yeah, they evolved into sheets. Basically, what we found is we did not have enough room to write all the information that we wanted to write on the cards.
On the cards.
And,
they're a
and that's why we
mess, yeah.
started using sheets. So it just worked a
Okay,
lot better.
so going back to our original, initial discussion, then the layer you're going to be in is going to depend on whether it's a card or a sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's going to vary. So that's going to vary depending on where you are, what unit you're in.
And whether it's before April of
Right.
2007 or after April of 2007. Yeah.
Okay, so is it going to be obvious to us which one to pick, sheets or cards?
Yeah, because
Oh,
when you're in
When you go
the card,
look at the photo,
You just
Yeah.
the scanned photo.
so the card is the one that I've been working on in North Kitchen. It has the the picture, the drawing of the unit on the bottom,
mhm,
but the sheet, the card has that, but the sheet has that picture somewhere,
That
the
drawing.
drawing up above.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Mhm.
have as much, isn't as long.
exactly. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I guess I haven't, because I'm still stuck in the North Kitchen. I haven't, I'm using I've been, have been using cards. I haven't done any sheets yet, I guess.
Dean, are you using, because as I understand it, the ones for the North Kitchen, at least the ones that I've been using, are I'm calling it the sheet. It's the one with the
Sheet.
highlight,
It's
that
the
sheet.
sheet.
the numbers.
Because
a
it
sheet.
has a drawing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I've been calling that the
Okay.
sheet. Is that?
That's a
correct?
sheet.
Okay, I've got them
That's a
mixed
sheet.
up.
Yeah,
So
that's a
the
sheet.
card is
Mhm.
the other one.
Yeah. Card is
I
a
look at it.
Thank
Yeah, I
you.
look at that drawing first, so I know how to draw my polygon,
Mhm.
right? Don't you do the same thing, Dean? Sure.
Yeah.
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 Yes, of course. Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
that's what I draw. Yeah. But I'm just trying to, you know. So I guess I'll know which is which when I see it.
Yeah, it'll be obvious. It'll be pretty obvious.
Okay.
And the cards are like, they're literally card stock.
Yeah.
So it's,
Uh-huh.
and then the sheets are, you know, just printed, Xerox paper. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
cool, thanks. Oh, yeah, go to Webster.
I just had one last question. So if you finished a particular layer in the North Kitchen, and then in doing future layers, you realize you made an error in that previous layer,
Mhm.
you can always go back and edit it, correct? You can do that.
You can go back and edit. Yeah, you just click through, when you click on that unit, you'll have to just go through the various layers and
Sure.
other shapes that are there until you get to the right one.
Okay.
And that's why we've got the title there that's, you know, MT 1508.a.b.c.d.
Right.
etc. Yeah.
And if it's really bad, you can delete it and start over too. That's an
Right.
option.
Yeah, you can always do that. So
We do that a lot, but sometimes it's just
I've
easier
done
to
that
just,
many times, yeah.
you know, it's an option you have.
And did you all see the little video I sent you all about the snapping?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
hopefully that made sense. So, because that allows it to snap to the unit corners and be a very precise drawing, which is great.
No.
Snapping is a nice feature. If you've ever used AutoCAD, it's derived from CAD programs where you can snap to existing polygons.
I
Okay.
still find though that the highlighted blue lines that show up when you go into, you know, when you go into the edit mode are not what I would call perfectly straight lines. They're kind of,
Oh, in the snap function?
even if I've done, even if I mean, I do them all with snap now, but
Yeah,
you know,
sometimes.
it's just kind of a nitpicky thing that it just seems like they're not strict. You know, does anybody else experience that, or is it maybe I
Yeah.
need new glasses?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes
Sure.
if the units aren't aligned properly, the unit layer, if it's not aligned properly, you will have problems with that. But
No, but
and-
I've aligned the, you know, using the snap, I've done the alignment because I
Mhm.
have the orange lines that are, you know, I know it's the snap is being applied. But when I look at when I just, you know, so I finish a layer and I look, and then I go back in and look at it out of edit mode. Or no, I guess you have to go into edit mode to get these blue lines around it, come to think of it.
Right.
yeah, if you, let's see,
Do you know what I'm talking about? Does this make any sense?
enable snapping, and I'm gonna do it to units, main view,
Yeah.
and yeah, you get the,
Yeah, I don't have any trouble using the snap. It's the, you know, it's,
Yeah, I think it's just a function of the way the layers and the drawing.
and I'm not talking about the orange lines. Those are perfect. I'm talking about these blue lines
Right.
you go back into it and then go from non-edit mode into edit mode. And it shows you where the layer is, where the.
Yeah, it
Oh,
looks
I
almost
see.
like it was drawn as opposed to actually
Yeah,
using a
Yeah,
ruler.
sorry, yeah, I don't know how to describe it. I mean, it's kind of.
so like these right there.
Bad.
Yeah, this.
That's what I'm talking about. See
A
what-
function of it
It's
is,
so, yours is so small that it doesn't show up. You see what I mean?
if
See what I
you
mean? It's
can,
not really,
if you,
it's,
if you.
I don't, you know,
If you right click on your mouse, you can actually rotate the drawing. And if
Yeah.
it's off at an angle, you get a jagged line. But if you line this up correctly, it should all be straight.
Yeah.
I mean, that one's straight across there. This
that
one,
well, it's got a little wiggle in it here and there.
It does have a little wiggle, and it might be
It's
that
it's the little wiggle I'm talking about.
yeah, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. I mean, it's much
It's close-
closer
it's
than if
close
you did
enough.
it by hand. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Is
looks
it
like
not
my
good
grandma-
enough, though? I
grandma-
mean, it's good enough, right?
Yeah.
it's good
Grandmother.
enough. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And I'm going to delete that one. So yeah.
Okay, sorry to bring that up. It's just a.
No, I brought it up. I
I
brought
was
up
just
the
wondering
snapping.
about it,
So
that's all. I
it's,
think maybe I'm doing something wrong.
after Lizzie, if you remember her, she went into the bunker or to the front yard and snapped everything in place. She couldn't handle how the
Oh,
various layers were off. So
Uh-huh.
she went in and snapped everything in place. So I was like, I should show everybody how to use the
Yeah.
snapping tools. So but all right, well,
Alright.
anybody have any other questions?
No.
All right. Well, good seeing you all. I have not, Peggy, are you coming? Is anybody coming this fall?
I'll be there October 22nd.
October
I
22nd.
can't
Okay.
wait.
Awesome.
Yes.
Good deal. That we've got 4 programs, 2 in September, 2 in October, and then we have a metal detecting program in November. And we're for the 4 dig programs, we're going to be out at the overseer's house. And actually this weekend, we're digging shovel test pits with some former staff to figure out where to place units. And last weekend, we found a brick feature with mortar in it under the plow zone. So I'm wondering if it could be a chimney base. I'm really excited about that one. We're going to be opening up a unit in September on that one. And then for the November metal detecting program, we're going to be over at the by the temple. There's a series of slave quarters that Dennis found in there on 20-meter survey, and we're going to be doing 10-foot survey on those. So that'll be
Oh,
really interesting. So,
cool.
All right.
well, great seeing everybody, and we'll see you in the Slack
Yes.
hotline when you
We'll
have
send you-
questions.
Yeah,
We'll see what problems we get on those naughty units. Yes.
I want to see.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think
Strange
you had
ones
a
in
very
there.
bad unit, Kathy. So,
Okay.
all right, good seeing you all.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks again.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
bye-bye.